Hi there. Welcome to Ann Evolving. I am so excited to be here with you this morning. This is the very first live I've ever done, so I'm going to be asking for a lot of grace here. I was planning to go live yesterday, as many of you know, and there's a waiting process when you register with YouTube. So I had to wait. So thank you for your patience. I'm here today and I am so excited to be here. It's been a year now since I've been on YouTube. And for those of you who have been following along, I am, so grateful to you for being here with me and for encouraging me. And it's just been so much fun. I want to start the morning off by giving a shout out to my daughter, Olivia. It is her 20th birthday. And as the mother of five daughters, she is my fifth and final. And I'm just so happy for her. She had a wonderful birthday party last night with her friends, and it was she sent pictures and they seemed to have a great time. So she's in New York and so anyway, I'm just really happy that she had a wonderful time and it looked like she celebrated and it was a really festive time. So for those of you who are watching, I encourage you to use the chat. I am going to try and do both because it's just me. So as you log on, I will try and greet you, but I'll try not to break up the content so much so that it's easy to watch. So first thing, as I was saying, is being the mother of five daughters. I also have a daughter who has two daughters. So we're just a bunch of girls, but thinking of Mother's Day and things like that. So I wanted to let you know that I have on my channel a couple of things that may be helpful to you. Let me know down below, are you shopping for a mom in your life, or are you one of those moms like me who likes to pick out a special item for yourself? One of the things I want to try, it's from Oribe. It's their hair mask. So that's the kind of Ann gift that I'm thinking of giving myself for Mother's Day. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that I do have lists, but they're not necessarily new videos or Mother's Day videos. There's one from a year ago where I find items and I share items that I'm loving. I think it's called Gifts I Love. And then the other one is from Christmas. I spent a ton of time putting that together, and it's basically a gift guide that bundles things together, but you can also just pick and choose things. And even though it's kind of got a thumbnail for Christmas, there are so many good things in that guide, and you can just enjoy looking at that. If you are looking for ideas, I consider myself someone who, I know what I want. And so that's kind of what I share in the gift guide so that it's something that other people can look to and just pick and choose from all year round. So, all right, let's see. I want to also say that, a lot of people have asked me to hop on and talk about BodySlims. And BodySlims is the program that I use to lose weight as a woman over 50 who struggled to lose weight for 10 years. And I finally found this program and was successful in losing weight, which is why I'm here. That's what kind of gave me the initial boost or confidence to get on YouTube, because I wanted to share this discovery. I had gone to doctors, I had gone to nutritionists, I had tried every program I can think of. I had tried meal plans and all sorts of things. And this was the program that I found that finally worked. And so there are people who are just starting the April 26th session, I want to say it is. And so I was asked to, when I offered, do I do a live? What would you like it about? This was the topic that was of most interest to people out there. I'm going to take just a moment to log on to my phone because I want to make sure this is actually being streamed, and B, I want to be able to see some of the questions that may be coming. Let me type in real quick. Hello. Let's test that out. So anyway, I will greet people as they come on, I'm interested in knowing where people are coming from too. So anyway, getting back to Body Slims, I signed on. I was very apprehensive and anxious in the beginning. I did not know what to expect. And I'm sure, like many of you, you have that same, you're excited, you're eager, and you just want to start seeing results as quickly as possible. The way it works is and for those of you who have signed on, you probably know that already. You've probably onboarded for your first talk, which was last Wednesday. But for me, it was, I had to buy the things in advance. So buying, the scale and learning, I did go through and do the jump start or the quick start, whatever it's called. But you can do that even now on the weekend. It's not too late. And it's not too late to watch all of the videos on the bodyslims.com site. That's what I did. And I did a lot of what he said, which was rereading a lot of those things. But in preparation, the first weekend for me, I really focused on the meal prep. And I believe for me, the meal prep and preparing what I was going to eat is the key to this program. Well, that and the 1 hour of walking every day, whether it's walking or it is, for me, I use a recumbent bike. And I know a lot of you have asked about that. So we'll chat about that in a minute. But the first weekend for me was really about figuring out what I was going to eat. And I went ahead and meal prepped. So if you haven't signed up for my newsletter, or if you haven't provided your email, let me backtrack. If you go to annevolving.com, there is a pop-up that will prompt you to sign up for my email. You can sign up there and get a copy of my menu planning guide. And this is just something I did. It's nothing professional, but I think it is very helpful. And I wish I had it when I was starting. This was the kind of meal plan that I followed on the program. I would have a couple of eggs in the morning. I would do, tomatoes or spinach or mushrooms. I would have salads for lunch, and I'll show you kind of what I did there. And then for dinner, I would do a variety of, I guess it was about 4 meals that I would rotate. That sounds limited, but it's not. You kind of get used to these meals and, you can vary them, but the meal guide is basically a couple of options for breakfast, options for lunch, and options for dinner. And then it tells you what to buy at the grocery store if you choose these different meals. So I recommend, if you want to get that, like I said, it's over at the website, annevolving.com. And it's just something I wish I had. It just makes it very easy. And if you haven't seen any of those videos on how I meal prepped, I haven't made a new one because they're still pretty much exactly what I would do if I were on the program. And I'm not, but it's what I would do. And so that's what I recommend. So the other thing that is very important during this program is, of course, the 1 hour of walking. So when I started the program, I was having trouble with my feet. I had been in a boot. I had bought special shoes. I had insoles that were fashioned after my foot imprint at the doctor. It had been going on for probably 2 years. And I did not realize until I lost the weight that it was because I was carrying around so much weight that my body wasn't used to. And the reason I know this is because the moment I lost this weight, everything subsided. My feet got better-ish, and my knees got better. My feet are better, meaning I don't have that ongoing problem, but if I'm not careful, they will get sore again. It's just, I guess it's an issue that once it's started, it's kind of hard to fix. But anyway, so tennis shoes and wearing good shoes when you exercise is important. But for me, when I started, I was not walking and I knew I wasn't going to be able to walk. So I emailed the team over at BodySlims and I shared that with them and asked them about riding a recumbent bike. So a recumbent bike is one that you sit back on and you pedal. And so there's a back and you're bicycling this way. So that is what I use. And, I know this is kind of interesting, but a woman over 50 is very different than a woman in her 20s and her 30s. And I know that because I am a woman over 50. I'm 59. And when I started the program, I was 58. But my ability to walk at that time was very difficult. And he will tell you that that's to be expected. So be easy on yourself and know that even if you can only walk 4 houses down and 4 houses back, or down to the corner and back, it's okay, because doing it every day is the important thing. What you're doing is you are creating a new habit. And so by creating a new habit, you are kind of learning something new, and sticking with it is the important thing. Doing it every day is the important thing. It's different for a bike. I was able to get on that and set it for an hour and ride it. Now, I will tell you, it was so hard. It was difficult. I sweat, I'm panting. I use a card and I'm sitting there and I'm doing this, and everybody in the house thinks it's really funny. And I still do that because you are exercising. But for me, using that recumbent bike, if you've seen any of my videos, I call it my lazy exercise. It is still exercise. It's still physical activity, and it's hard, but I can sit and watch TV or YouTube or whatever it is I want to do while I'm exercising. And so it is nice. Jared on the program has a playlist of music. And so he encourages people who are walking to listen to that. And I think that doing that kind of grounds you in that moment and helps build kind of the routine for you of doing something good for yourself and walking and making it a habit. So you can also have fun if you're walking. Just enjoy the beautiful day, or listen to music. I live in the South and it is very hot and humid here. And I know that for me to set myself up for success, having the bike for me was important, because it can be 100 degrees and the humidity can be over 90% outside. And I will talk myself out of going on a walk. Number one, it's hard to breathe. It's hard to catch my breath. I'm breathing thick air. It's very hot. I know that if I go do that, I'm going to have to make time to come in and shower right away. And so the 1 hour walk becomes more than a 1 hour walk. And when I'm trying to use my time wisely, it starts to build on itself, and I start to create reasons why I don't want to do the walk. So for me, the bike has been a lifesaver. There are no excuses. I can do it for an hour. And that's another important thing, is you have to do it all at once. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But, I don't have any excuses not to walk. So this is important for me to make sure that I clear the slate so that I don't have any excuses, and that I can sit on that bike morning or night or weekend, even if it's raining, even if it's 100 degrees outside. So for me, setting yourself up for success with meal plans and with the exercise every day is important. The other thing, and I know this is something that is on the program, is the 1 hour every day. The 1 hour is important because, and he talks about this in one of his videos, because I think your body begins to burn calories and get lean, or there's some formula for it, but it only starts after about 15 or 20 minutes. So it's important to go ahead and do the whole hour. And so I know he'll be sharing that on the program, but I also know that that's kind of there's scientific reasoning for that. He's not just randomly picking out that number of an hour. The other thing that people have asked me is how do they come up with the calories that you are limited, your calorie deficit? For me, I'm 5'11", and I don't know how they do it. I don't know anything about that other than my deficit was 1,200 calories a day. And that is what the diet plan that I have put up on my site, that is what the guide is. It's not a plan. I'm not a doctor. I have no experience in nutrition or anything like that. This is just Anne, a woman who needed to lose weight, who had gained weight during menopause. This was my plan. This was my guide. So if you do go to the website and download the guide, or if you listen to any of my content, I guess I am providing a disclaimer that I'm not an expert in, weight loss or diet or anything like that, but I am a former participant, and I am here to share just what worked for me. So be sure you keep that in mind. If you ever exercise or diet or anything like that, you should, of course, ask your doctor or medic or what have you. Anyway, so those things are important. The other thing that I would say is finding time in your day. So a lot of people say, I don't have time. I don't have time. There is no time. And that's true to a degree, but I had to really get honest with myself and find the fringe time in my day where I may be on my phone, or I may be watching a TV show or something like that. And it was easy to find. It was that I was not disciplined enough to do it. And again, if I had to go, this is me, if I had to go walk, if I had to motivate myself to go walk, it wasn't going to happen. But I can motivate myself to move myself from the couch to the bike. That I can do. So kind of getting honest with yourself, knowing what motivates you. My daughter, she does not like the recumbent bike. She loves to go for the 1 hour walk. So it's really, what are your preferences and what do you know you will do? And just making sure that you, do that, make it easy for yourself. So I will say that at this time, I don't see any chat. I don't see any questions. And so I hope I'm doing this right. But I wonder, I don't know if I should check. Never mind. I'm just not going to do it. If the chat doesn't work, it's because of me. Anyway, if you're there, I am so grateful that you joined in. I have just the greatest group of women here. Y'all are so nice and so kind. And I appreciate it. And I just hope that the content I'm providing is of value to you. So let's see. I did write down some questions that I have been getting, and I just want to make sure that I am addressing them as I go. I'm not going to keep you too long. Let's see. So again, if you go over to the website and you sign up for email, I just want to share what I'm going to be doing with that. So I sent my first email out yesterday, the first newsletter. And basically what I did was I grabbed all of the video content and just summarized it for the month in case you missed it. So for me, when I watch someone on YouTube, if you don't set your notification bell and click all, you don't get all of the videos. And there's certain people that I really like to kind of see every day or every week. So I have my videos, my own people that I follow, I set to all. But even so, my days get busy, my week gets busy, and so I miss some of their content. So for me, I was trying to think of what would I like to know if this were someone I was following. And so for me, I just kind of wanted a synopsis of, okay, what could I have missed? So that's what I'm doing. That's one thing I'm doing. So in the monthly newsletter, it's monthly right now, and that's kind of my goal, is to send it out once a month, and I'll include the videos from the month in case you missed something that is of interest to you. and you can click on that and it'll just take you right there. The other thing is I want to be sure to include information that is time sensitive. So sometimes I will post in my community tab or over on Instagram, I will put something up about a sale going on. So one of the sales recently was let's see if I can hold these up, the City Beauty, I think it was the Invisicrate. I'm going to show you something right here on camera. And I waited to put this on. I meant to do this at the beginning, but this is the Multi-Action Sculpting Cream. And I'm going to show you kind of what I have been doing is putting this on my neck. And if you have watched my content about the neck, it's one of the first videos I did. I want to show you, if you set a clock for 3 minutes, you're not going to believe how much this area tightens up. It's amazing. So I saw a video about what I have been using is the Invisicrate Body Balm from City Beauty. And I have been using that on my neck and it works beautifully. And it works in about 3 minutes. So I have been using this. And the funny thing is, I recently went on a trip for work and I did not pack these because I did carry on and I didn't think that they would let this go through. And I thought, I don't want them to take it. I just didn't plan ahead, or I could have put it in smaller containers. But I filmed a video while I was on that trip and I'm looking, I want to say it's the one where I'm in the green shirt, if you're looking, and it's about beginning BodySlims and it's just talking about BodySlims and it's a video. And that was, anyway, the bottom line is in that video, my neck is so crepey and so wrinkly. And I thought, dang it, that's why I needed to bring my stuff. I don't know if it really lasts, but I have to think there's some benefit over time. The Invisicrate works really fast. And I think this is the one where if you don't apply it, you can see the difference. This one, I think, is supposed to work over time and really helps build or restructure that skin. But this is a very emollient cream. And I've actually also started putting it on the backs of my hands, the Invisicrate. And I don't know if you can hear what's going on in here, but I have the cats. And if I keep the door closed, and I know you've heard this in videos in the past, they meow at the door and they paw at the door. Now that the door is open, so that didn't happen on the live, they are chasing each other all over the house. So you hear the jingle of their collars as they're running to and fro. So if you hear that, that's what's going on. So anyway, I wanted to share this with you because you're not going to believe, like I said, in about 3 minutes, this does tighten up a little bit. And I know for me, this is an area that is, super visible. And I try and do what I can to give the appearance of a little bit smoother neck. The other thing I wanted to talk about, so we've talked about our meal prep guide. We've talked about the new newsletter. We've talked about signing up over on the website. We've talked about Mother's Day gifts. Did I already ask you? I was curious to know, do you shop for mom? And when you shop for mom, do you also buy a little something for yourself? Yes, we did talk about that because I told you I was going to get myself the Orbe hair mask. Calories, we talked about that. Bike, we talked about that. So I don't know what else there is to talk about today other than, I know what I wanted to share. I've started a new kind of line of content, and I am really excited because it's kind of an idea that I have been thinking about, but have decided a way to do it that I think would be helpful. So I published a video last night, and it is about toning up. It's the one where I'm like this. And I decided when I joined BodySlims the first time, like I said, when you join, oh my goodness, Samantha, shh. When I joined BodySlims the first time, I wasn't in the best health, and I'm still not physically fit. I am trying to tone up my body and to strengthen my body and also to stretch and build strength and tone and bone density. So one of the things on BodySlims, they offer sway stretching with Sharon. And then if you repeat, she does a different sort of exercise. But I found it difficult to do. She is in really good fitness health, and I liked doing it, but it was hard for me. And that's kind of embarrassing to admit. But um, I just tend to need a gentler workout. And so for me, I decided to begin some warm up, stretching, and gentler exercises. So these are exercises that are easy on the feet. I'm either sitting or I'm doing something that's a little slower and gentler, but I am still, exercising my body. I'm doing things, I'm doing something. And so for me, it's important to make sure, like I said, it's kind of like the walking versus the biking. If I am not going to do the sway stretching, I'm then I need to create something that I will do. And so that's what I've decided to do. So if you're interested, I will be doing kind of a tone up, stretch, warm up series of exercises. The first one was on arms, and that is just 3 exercises. It's a punch, it's a this, it's a this, and it's a this, I think. And there are so many different exercises that I'll be doing to help posture, to help stamina, to help strength. And then over time, hopefully, to add in a little bit of just gentle weight training, even using the weight of your own body is good. Doing something is better than doing nothing. And so I will be adding in about 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes every day to my 1 hour bicycling. And I will try and film that and having those options for you here so that you can also do exercises and build up your strength with me, and we can be workout buddies and do this together. I think it's a great way to offer another type of exercise or physical activity that is not exactly what I see on other channels. I do see some women doing these things, and so I'm not here to try and replace, great content that's already out there. But I just decided, since I'm a real beginner in this area, that I would film it and share it in case it's helpful to anyone else out there. So I hope that's helpful. And again, I just want to really thank you for being here. Like I said, this was my first live, and obviously I will have to download some software to be able to see the chat and do the things, because I know that that was not something that worked for me on this one. Thank you so much for your grace. Okay, wait, can you tell? It's been 3 minutes. I can tell a little bit. Can you tell? I think it's working. Anyway, all right. Well, I look forward to seeing you in the future, and I am so grateful that you're here. And I will be filming my content as usual and adding in new content with the little exercising and whatnot. So I am grateful to have you as a part of this community, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.